you,
Roberts.
Chair.
That's greatly appreciated. Senator Brockman.
Thank you, Chair, and I'll be pretty quick. The Unmet Advice Needs Project, you've issued a consultation paper, is my understanding. That consultation is ongoing and there's a team working on this. Ms Chester?
Commissioner Danielle Hughes would be happy to take this one for you.
Commissioner Danielle Press, thank you. Yes, we have issued a consultation paper on unmet advice needs and really trying to get a sense of what is it in the regulatory framework that we can change that will help industry provide limited or scoped advice.
So was the genesis of that the fact that something like 7,000 financial advisors have left the industry over the last couple of years? What was the background to the Unmet Advice Needs Project?
No, it really wasn't about the number of advisors that have left the industry. It was more to do with the fact that there has been constant conversation in the industry around how difficult it is to provide advice, and we were concerned that Australians were not able to access the advice they need. Sometimes the pressure is pushed back on us that it's the regulatory framework, and we are trying to get a sense of what is it that we are doing and that we can do differently to help the industry actually provide appropriate advice for Australians when they need it.
So is it correct?
And I would add, the consultation paper is not actually yet issued. It's due this month.
Okay, so when's it coming out and what's held it up? Because I thought you told the House Economics that it was ready to go.
It is due to be released in early November.
Okay. Timing based on anything in particular?
Based on ensuring the consultation paper is appropriately drafted.
Okay, fair enough. So there's been a pretty significant increase in the financial advisors levy over the past couple of years, something like 68% is what I've read in publications. At the same time, we've seen a significant reduction in the number of financial advisors. We've seen the major four banks exiting the financial advice industry to a significant degree. How do we end this vicious spiral of costs going up, advisors exiting the industry, and basically financial advice being the province of the rich rather than everyday Australians?
I'm terribly sorry, Senator Brockman. I missed half of that question because of my internet. South Melbourne seems to be a black hole.
I hear that in many respects.
I might be able to help out, Danielle.
That would be awesome.
Senator Brockman, we understand that the issue that you're raising, if the size of the provider base is shrinking and there's a formula by which they're charged industry fees and their fees will go up, that's part of the cost recovery system that we have as part of the industry funding model that was established by Treasury. It's not something that we have control over. We annually report our cost recovery implementation statement and provide that to industry and consult on that. And that's a process that we got underway, I recall, about 6 or 7 weeks ago. And that takes you through the metrics and what the drivers were. So
yeah, I completely
we don't have any silver bullets for you here, Senator, I'm afraid.
I mean, but through this process, you're clearly aware of the problem and you're actively seeking to drive down the costs and the regulatory burden?
We're actively seeking to find regulatory burden is putting cost pressure on industry. I think some of it is the way we draft our regulation. I think there are a number of factors here. At the end of the day, the cost of advice is being driven by a number of different levers within the system. Some of it is regulatory, Some of it is just good governance. Some of it is general cost in industry. So we're very aware of it, Senator. We are trying to work through these issues with industry to come up with and to see what we can do as a regulator. And often some of the problems that they have are not actually the regulatory framing. It's different to that. But we're just trying to get through and really articulate from industry what the issues are so that we can help to resolve.
Just finally, Chair, I've had it raised with me that there is some particular and limited problems in Victoria based around the lockdown and the requirements around fee disclosure statements and opt-in notices. Have you had that reported to you? And if so, is there anything you can do about it?
Senator, yes, we have had some discussions with industry on that, and we're taking no action position for them that are for the Victorian advisors that are affected by COVID.
Sorry, you're taking...
We've taken a no action position where we can. Unfortunately, the fee disclosure legislation is quite difficult for us to do very much because it's very limited in the actions that we can take. But we have given industry, the Victorian industry, an undertaking that we will not be pursuing the fee disclosure statement requirements for the COVID-19 affected Victorians.
Okay, so is there further legislative work that should be or could be looked at there?
That would very much be a matter for government. The fee disclosure statement is the legislative requirement. It's not a regulatory requirement, and we have very few levers or very little we have no modification power actually on that piece of legislation. So it's really a matter for government.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you.